Why did the man put his money in the blender? Because he wanted to make some liquid assets. Ha ha ha, exactly. Not funny. Wasting money never is, but if you want to go ahead and do it anyway, let's dive into some absurd ideas to spend your money. You see, sometimes money isn't just about saving, investing, and making wise decisions. Sometimes it's about having a bit of fun too, like hitting that subscribe button. So, in the spirit of fun and absurdity, I've compiled a list of 25, shall we say, less than practical ways to spend your hard-earned cash. Now, I'm not talking about the seriously obvious ones like drugs, cigarettes and alcohol. These ideas are purely for your amusement. After all, who would hire a personal meme curator or build a giant blanket fort for a 90s movie marathon night? But who knows, maybe one or two of these suggestions will tickle your fancy. Now, let's move on to the list of 25 dumb ways to spend your money. First up, buy a small island. While this may sound grandiose, there are tiny islands for sale at relatively affordable prices. Embark on your own private adventure with a pocket-sized island. It's like having a personal getaway with the footprint of a yoga mat. Create your own nation, perhaps Lilliputian, complete with a flag and anthem. Just don't forget to bring sunscreen and a really, really long extension cord for Wi-Fi. Next, we move on to a trip down memory lane. Consider investing in a collection of nostalgic toys from your childhood. Legos, action figures, maybe those creepy Furby dolls. Yes, you might get a few odd looks, but it's all in good fun. Plus, you can finally have that toy you always wanted but never got. Thirdly, what about upping your social media game? Hire a personal meme curator to keep your posts fresh and relevant. Imagine waking up every morning to a selection of the dankest, funniest memes at your fingertips. Surely it's the dream of the digital age, isn't it? Now, on to our fourth nonsensical idea. Buy a collection of vintage video games and host a retro gaming night. Dust off that old Nintendo or Sega, invite your pals over and battle it out like it's 1999. Just remember to keep the trash talk friendly. We wouldn't want any joystick-related injuries. Finally, for our fifth idea, we suggest hiring a personal karaoke coach. Because who doesn't want to belt out their favorite tunes without sounding like a strangled cat? Whether it's Whitney Houston or the Backstreet Boys, a personal karaoke coach could help you hit those high notes and perhaps save your reputation at the next office party. Those were the first 5 ideas. Let's move on to the next set. Moving on, how about rent a celebrity for the day? Live the A-list life on a budget by renting a celebrity impersonator for a day. Experience the glamour of having a faux famous companion, be it a pretend pop star or a make-believe movie icon. Warning, paparazzi might be garden gnomes, and autographs may be signed in invisible ink. Then let's take it up a notch. Why not buy a meteorite? Embark on an out-of-this-world shopping spree by purchasing your very own meteorite. This celestial rock doubles as a conversation starter and a flex of interstellar proportions. Imagine impressing friends with, "Oh, this, just a chunk of space debris. No big deal. My coffee table is practically a small-scale museum of the cosmos." Next, we all love a good snack, don't we? But how about obscure snacks from around the world? Start a YouTube channel reviewing them. You'll be surprised at the kind of delicacies out there. Some you'll love, some you'll hate, and some will leave you questioning the culinary choices of entire nations. Now, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned movie night? But we're not doing it small. We're talking about building a giant blanket fort and hosting a 90s movie marathon night. It's comfort, nostalgia, and entertainment all rolled into one. Finally, ever wanted to moonwalk like Michael Jackson or do the Macarena? Hiring a personal dance instructor to teach you iconic dance moves from different decades can make that happen. It's like having a time machine, but for dance moves. Remember, these ideas are for fun and should be approached with a sense of humor. These are not serious financial decisions, but rather a light-hearted look at how you could, in theory, spend your money. It's a reminder that money isn't just about saving and investing. It's also about enjoyment and creating memories, like hitting that subscribe button and getting more enjoyment from our channel. And that's another 5 down. Let's see what else we've got. Next up, we have some ideas that will certainly turn heads. How about this one? Buy a collection of wacky hats and wear a different one every day. Think about it. One day you could be a pirate, the next a dashing detective with a deer stalker. The world is your runway, my dear friends, and every day is a fashion show. Now, let's take it a notch higher. Why just stop at hats? How about hiring a graffiti artist to personalize your apartment walls? Of course, with the landlord's permission. It's like living inside your very own work of art. Just imagine waking up to a mural of your favorite movie scene, or perhaps a whimsical landscape. Speaking of personal collections, there's an idea that's been lacing up some interest. Start a collection of limited edition sneakers. Now, these aren't just shoes we're talking about. These are symbols of pop culture, pieces of art you can wear. Just remember, the goal isn't to outrun a cheetah, it's to strut around like a peacock. But why should the fun stop at your doorstep? Here's a thought. Purchase an old-school boombox and cruise around with your favorite tunes playing. It's like being in your very own movie with a soundtrack that's just as unique as you. Finally, let's talk about spontaneity. Create a bucket list fund for those spur-of-the-moment adventures and experiences. Want to learn how to make sushi? Do it. Fancy a hot air balloon ride? Why not? This fund isn't about being reckless with your money. It's about investing in life experiences. Now, isn't that a fun way to shake up your daily routine? But remember, all in good humor and financial responsibility, of course. That's 15 ideas down, 10 more to go. Now let's get into some truly unique hobbies. Picture this. You're at a party and someone asks what you do in your spare time. Instead of the usual hiking or reading, you casually drop that you're an improv aficionado. Yes, idea 16 is to hire a personal improv coach to enhance your spontaneity. Imagine the laughs, the surprises and the stories. Not to mention, it's a fantastic way to keep those brain cogs turning. Next up, why not embark on a monthly quest for mastery? For idea 17, start a blog about your mission to master a random skill every month. From learning to juggle to mastering the art of origami, there's an endless list of talents to tackle. Plus, it's guaranteed to make your life a whole lot more interesting. Fancy a bit of nostalgia? Idea 18, my friends, is a trip down memory lane. Order customized bobbleheads. Elevate narcissism to an art form with a customized bobblehead. Capture your essence. Extravagant hair, quirky grin and all in wobbly, exaggerated glory. It's the perfect desk accessory, ensuring that even in inanimate form, your likeness can nod in agreement or shake its head disapprovingly whenever the occasion calls for it. Now, who doesn't love a good photo shoot? For idea 19, hire a personal photographer for an impromptu photo shoot day. Dress up, make silly faces or reenact famous movie scenes. And at the end, you'll have a collection of fantastic photos to cherish and laugh about. Finally, idea 20 is for the bookworms out there with a twist. Buy a collection of self-help books with contradictory advice and see what happens. One book tells you to seize the day, the other advises patience. It'll be a whirlwind of confusion and hilarity. We're down to the last 5 ideas now. Let's see what we have left. First up, how about setting up an escape room at home? Transform your living room into a labyrinth of laughter with the DIY escape room at home. Tantalize friends with cryptic clues and perplexing puzzles. Watch them go from confident detectives to befuddled sleuths. Bonus points if someone accidentally unlocks the mysteries of the sock drawer in the process. Next, why not turn your home into a DIY spa, complete with all the latest skincare trends? Slather on that snail mucus, strap on a face mask, and soak in a tub full of green tea. You'll look like a creature from another planet, but hey, if it's good for the pores, why not? Then there's the idea of amassing a collection of quirky houseplants and becoming a plant influencer. You could fill your home with ferns, succulents, and a bonsai tree or two. Just remember, plants need sunlight, water, and the occasional conversation. And don't forget to name them, because every influencer knows their pals need personality. Ever thought of hiring a personal stylist to revamp your wardrobe with thrift store finds? It's like a treasure hunt, but instead of gold, you're hunting for that vintage leather jacket that screams, "I'm stylish, but I don't try too hard." Of course, there's always the risk you might end up looking like an extra from a 1980s music video, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? And lastly, consider starting a podcast discussing your weirdest dreams and thoughts. I mean, who wouldn't want to listen to you recount that dream where you were a flying toaster, or ponder the philosophical implications of socks disappearing in the laundry? Well, there you have it. 25 absurd ways to spend your money. Remember, these were all in good fun. Well, that was a wild ride through some ridiculous spending ideas. From hiring a personal meme curator to becoming a plant influencer, we've certainly explored the whimsical side of spending. But remember, these ideas are purely for entertainment and chuckles. In all seriousness, financial responsibility should always take center stage. It's fun to imagine building a DIY indoor skate park or starting a podcast about your weirdest dreams. Yet, at the end of the day, your financial choices should align with your long-term goals, not just your fleeting whims. So, whether you're considering investing in a collection of nostalgic toys or hiring a personal karaoke coach, always weigh the value against your financial reality. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and if we've earned it, subscribe to our channel. Until next time, keep your money where it's smart, not where it's dumb.